the National Football League.
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And how about Geno Smith? The number of times we've looked at his career and said, here's something new for him. And that's exactly what we're talking about with his move to Las Vegas after 5 seasons in Seattle. Over 70% last season completion percentage. And the Raiders, they definitely need that type of efficiency in Vegas. And the best part, he has a head coach, Pete Carroll, who really believes in him.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
Cole now on to punt, and he sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And a year ago when he was drafted, it felt like central casting. Bo Nix coming to the NFL ready to roll, and he surpassed all expectations a season ago and threw for nearly 30 touchdown passes as a rookie. Fell just short with 29, but a huge piece of his team's future.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Max Crosby, the one who got in there for the stop.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Throwing Nix. They set up the screen for Dobbins. Give him 5 on the screen play. Now set up the 3rd down.
And that's all about recognition right there because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
To throw is Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
They'll go play action with Nix. He's got a man. It's his fullback. The gain of 3 on the play, and it's second down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Man open. He's got it complete to Courtland Sutton. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
That's another Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Nix to the air. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 43 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now 1st and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
Dobbins is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Off the option, that's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal. Harvey. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
But when the ball snapped from the 3 down near the goal line, I think in days gone by, we thought many teams would run the football, but on 3rd down in today's game, I expect them to throw it. A little counterintuitive there. They tried to run it, instead spilled for a loss.
They're going. It's Nix. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Bo Nix, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal.
The defense was almost too good on that play. They took away all of his targets. The one thing they forgot, to account for him as a runner. And he was able to tuck it and go for the end zone and get it done.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Throwing now is Geno. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Geno. He'll try and do this himself. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. They'll send this away to the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. Fielded just inside the 20. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football. They've moved them out of the way for the run.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
47 yards rushing for him now to this point.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short. Could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Off the play fake, here's Nix. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style. They actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
Broncos, first down. 1st and 10 at the
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
At the 48-yard line.
Now it's Nix. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
To throw, here's Nix. He completes this to Sutton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Nix. Open man, and he Sutton. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
At the 30-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 2. Back to the air with Nix. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run with Dobbins. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Second and 6. Nick's going to keep this himself. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Bo Nix with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Wants a look to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something, being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime.
Here we go.
Throwing is Smith. It's complete to Lockett. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're acting panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Smith throwing again. He'll try and do this himself. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Broncos going to get one more possession in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. 19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. Oh, and that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen and our great crew here in the Orlando studios set for an abridged version of the halftime report. This game, to this point, a little slow to begin with, but in the second quarter, the offenses started finding their way. We hope we're set for a great second half, so let's get back out to the stadium and rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 to score as we get rolling again here in this second half. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. Looking to put a drive together. Second half starts with a run by Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Getting to the ball that time was Jeremy Chin.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Nix. This one into the hands of Ingram downfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards there, a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
2nd and 11. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And this is going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Will Lutz on for the field goal. A 39-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Working to put a drive together. Now it's Smith. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. They'll fake it. Now Smith. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. They'll sneak it with Smith. And he is going to have the Raiders first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He's going to keep this again. Now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. He was having success there holding on to it on the option, but ultimately problems downfield, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and this is a tough one because you know you'd prefer to have your quarterback either heading to the sidelines or getting down at the end of the play. But you've got an aggressive one. He's fighting for extra yardage, and he gets stripped there. You don't need him to be a hero in that situation. You want your quarterback taking care of himself.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
He'll get that complete to Franklin. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They'll try to draw here with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. take the handoff on the option. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Throwing Nix. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
To throw is Nix. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This will be a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Well, we've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he doesn't.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's third and long. He'll look to throw. Got his man. It's Thornton. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it will be first and 10 as they take over. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
Working out of the gun is Nix. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterback quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
From the gun on third down, it's Nix. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Nix to the air. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 4.
This now a 3rd and 4. Here's Nix once more. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
To throw is Smith. Now he's going to step up and run. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
And the Raiders first down.
Back to throw, Smith. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. The first down screen pass, good for 5. 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing now is Gino. It's caught, block it. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now Gino. That's caught by Tucker. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They'll give him 4 yards there. And it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 50, it's Smith. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now Smith. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Riley Moss. Down the sideline he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone. The Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick six, that's kind of a cherry on top.
Yeah, and they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick six?
Lutz with the extra point. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Raiders nothing. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.